Welcome to Holy Trinity, home to the Toronto Homeless Memorial, which I founded 20 years ago. For those who don't know, I'm a former homeless person. My husband and I were homeless in 1987, which ironically enough was the International Year of Shelter for the Homeless. It was during this period that the roots of my activism began to grow. After we came off the street 26 years ago, I started getting involved in homeless activism. Part of that was founding the Toronto Homeless Memorial. I was at a homeless memorial service at Nathan Phillips Square one year, and I saw the war memorial with all the names of the war dead on it. And I thought, if the war dead can have a memorial, why can't the homeless have one? This memorial serves a very important purpose. It reminds everyone that sees it that these people are not just numbers or lumps on a grate. They're real people, not much different than you and I. These men, women, and yes, children once lived, breathed, and had normal lives, just like everyone else. They had no idea they would end up in the cold pavement with nowhere to go and no escape from the icy fingers of winter or the furnace-like heat of the summer. Don't kid yourself, people die in the summer too.
This is a special day, for our people, And they could be any race, color, origin, but it's sad how we must live and go. These people, they helped me along the way in my life. They should be remembered. A lot of people think, well, we're homeless, but do we make good friends? We always do. We're like family, one big family on the street.
Dear friends, we have all lost someone we love. Friends, family, grandparents, uncles and aunties, cousins, someone down the street, someone down on their luck. So each month, on the second Tuesday of the month at 12 noon, we meet. For two reasons primarily. The first one, as Sherman said, to remember and to celebrate the lives of people like Mark said here, that we often know, friends, sometimes family, sometimes loved ones. We also meet because we want to make a statement and say that this is not okay that this happens on the streets of Toronto. We want to make a statement to those in power. We want to make a statement to anyone that will listen. So these men died while staying at the annex or the infirmary at Seton House. Joseph McDonough, Shabir Jaffer, Kita Otiba Kenyatta, Kumara Velu, Edward Sigi, Tajuts Stepnowski, Lance Pitawanakwat, Robert Recollet, Surinder Singh, Henry Richter, James Ignace, Jeffrey Walker, Adam Wheeler, Lloyd Bootland, Dougal McDonald, Ahmed Isak, Balwinder Rakra, and then at Birchmount resident, Robert McFadden, Ronald Gilman, Gord Hodder, Peter Wilson, Carl Knapp. And in the long-term program, Richard Blakely, Vernon McNeil, Michael Nelson, Donald Legere, Beeve Murad, Harold Ricky Akers, Julian Madsher, Leslie Nunes, and Glenn Abram. And in the hostel program, Frederick Chasen and Charles Troy Barton.
I would like to say a special prayer for a sister. She lived here, Meeting Place, up over here, because that's where they go to. Her name was Linda Cornell and Kevin Wabano. Yes, these people passed away this year too. I would like to also add them because there is a lot more than just this list. There's many out there that need the prayers.
Carry everything on their backs. We are all visionaries.
today when Greg read the lists of all those Jane Does and John Does, and when you look over the list of the last decade and more and you see all the Jane Does and John Does, you see that some people not only had the indignity of dying on the streets of Toronto, but their names are not even recorded. We're not even able to summon up a name today, and that's another indignity added on top of the indignity of a life of suffering and death. And some people are inclined to say, well, nameless people aren't worth that much. They're not that important. They don't even have a name. Who cares? Well, when the government says housing is a human right, they say that everybody has a right to housing, including people who may not even have names and who may just be remembered as John and Jane Does. So we remember the federal government, we remind the federal government that they committed to a human rights approach, housing for all, not just for some, not just for deserving people, quote unquote, but for everyone.